Back to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue today for Democratic and Republican lawmakers as efforts continue to beat the clock and come up with a debt ceiling deal. CBS News congressional correspondent Nancy Cordes has the latest now from Capitol Hill. Nancy, good morning. Are the sides making any progress since yesterday?
No indications of progress right now, Chris. The tone of those meetings at the White House has been tense. We've been told of some pretty snippy exchanges now that Speaker Boehner has rejected the president's proposal for a big $4 trillion package of spending cuts and tax increases. The president has now told both sides to go back and come to him with a package that can pass both the Republican-led House and the Democratically controlled Senate. But when Republicans came to him yesterday with a host of Medicare cuts that they thought could help get to the $2.5 trillion cut number that everyone's now working towards, he rejected it. He said that that did not meet his criteria for shared sacrifice. He continues to maintain that you can't just cut spending, you have to increase some taxes on the wealthy as well. Here's what he had to say.
What we have said is, as part of a broader package, we should have revenues, and the best place to get those revenues are from folks like me who have been extraordinarily fortunate, and that millionaires and billionaires can afford to pay a little bit more, going back to the Bush tax rates.
Our disagreement with the president is not about closing loopholes. None of us are fond of loopholes. Our disagreement is over the idea of raising taxes on the very people that we're asking to create jobs in our country.
The two sides have vowed to keep meeting every day, but time is running out, and the president has said explicitly he will not pass some 30-day or 60-day extension of the debt limit. Chris?
All right, Nancy, they talk about meeting each and every day, but where is the middle ground here?
That's a great question, Chris. And we asked Republicans yesterday, we said, you know, Democrats say that they're willing to give on some spending cuts that are very important to them. Where are you willing to compromise? And Majority Leader Eric Cantor, the #2 Republican in the House, had a very interesting response. He said, the very fact that we're even willing to vote to raise the debt limit is our definition of compromise. Now, I don't think he really means that. That was more of a talking point. I don't think the Republicans want to see the government default, but it just shows how strongly dug in they are at this point.
Yeah, that line will go over very well today. All right, Nancy Cordes, thank you so much. Good talking with you. Earlier this morning, I spoke with former Treasury Secretary and Harvard University professor Dr. Lawrence Summers. I asked him why it's so critical to reach a deal on raising the debt ceiling by that August 2nd deadline.
Not paying the visa bill is not an option that we have. The United States doesn't have the option of not paying its debt. Nobody should be using that as a basis for a game of chicken.
What is your economic forecast for this country should a deal not get done by August 2?
The fall of 2008. The fall of 2008. Financial Armageddon of the kind that we saw after Lehman.
The president says yesterday a deal will get done with all of that he did talk about yesterday. He did say that one of the takeaways you can say is that he did say a deal will get done. Do you honestly believe a deal will get done?
I think it will. Winston Churchill said something wise about the United States. He said, we always do the right thing, but only after exhausting the alternatives. And so it may come to the wire, but I think we will see a deal.
That was former Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers.